Doing fine. How are you doing?
Residents or staff?
Resident.
Residents, staff, same.
Okay.
Start on time. I know. Oh, you cannot hear me now. Wait.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, is it better? Great. Thank you so much for coming. I know we have bad weather coming our way, so we're gonna be respectful of your time. We're gonna start on time and end on time. So we're gonna get started. Good evening. The purpose of this meeting is to present the fiscal year 2025-2026 city manager's recommended budget that was presented to City Council on August 12th and provide residents the opportunity to speak directly with your council members and give your input on the proposed budget. My name is Alina Sioken. I'm one of the assistant city managers here at the City of Dallas, and today I am representing City Manager Kimberly Weiser-Tolbert. I'm honored to be here tonight with Mayor Pro Tem Moreno and Councilmember Cadena. And we will look forward to answer your questions and receive your feedback on the budget. Resident feedback and engagement play a vital role in determining budget priorities, and I invite you to provide your feedback during this meeting. I also encourage you to visit the upcoming budget website at dallas.gov, where you can view the budget in its entirety and watch our budget video. We also have Spanish translation if needed. Si necesita ayuda, por favor, si puede levantar la mano. Vamos a tener aquí a alguien que le puede traducir. And we're gonna have cards for you to write your questions. We can have staff grab your cards during the budget video if that makes it easier. We also have staff representatives tonight. If y'all can raise your hands, okay, we have, great, thank you for being here. And we're gonna turn it over to Councilmember Cadena.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Alina said, my name is Laura Cadena, and I'm the council member for District 6. I want to just thank everybody for taking time out of your busy day to be here to provide input on the budget. If you didn't get a handout, please make sure you get one because it'll give you the budget in brief. The original one is a huge binder. Alina has a picture of it, but it's available online if you do want to see the full budget online. And thanks so much, Councilmember Moreno, for hosting this with me as well. And I want to, if you have any questions after the meeting, I want to make sure if you're in District 6, 3 of my staff members are here, Marco Salcedo, Erlinda, my chief of staff, and Robert Moreno are in the back. Please feel free to touch base with us, and we have our cards out on the table in the front, so please feel free to email us if you have any questions afterwards.
Thank you. Good evening. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Okay. My name is Jesse Moreno. I'm the council member for District 2. I also have the honor of serving as Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Dallas. Before I get started, I want to thank my boards and commissioners that are in the room. So if you are on a board or commission, please raise your hand. Thank you guys for your service. Thank you. My team is Brenda and Priscilla are here as well. So tonight, guys, is about hearing what your priorities are about the budget. What do you want to see the city invest in? What can we maybe save a little bit on? And so tonight we're going to try to stick to questions about the budget. But as Councilmember Cadena said, she and I and our teams will stick around afterwards if you have specific questions about your neighborhood or issues that are pertaining directly to you. So we'll be happy to answer those questions afterwards. The way it's going to work tonight is we're going to have a chance to pass out index cards for you to fill out questions. After that, if you feel more comfortable just coming up to the mic, or if your question was not read and you provided a card, please let us know so that we can make sure we get to you. We are going to be monitoring the weather. There is a gap about 7:05 that the rain will stop. So we're going to try to stick to that time frame so that you can get home safely, okay? So thank you again. Buenas tardes and welcome.
Thank you. So the recommended budget for the upcoming fiscal year 2025-2026, which begins on October 1 and will run through September 30th, 2026, totals $5.2 billion. This includes the general fund, enterprise fund, and capital fund. The general fund portion of the budget is $1.97 billion. The city manager is recommending that the property tax be reduced by ½ cent, lowering the tax rate from $70.45 to $69.97 per $100 valuation. The city council will have the opportunity to hear from you through town hall meetings like this, and will work along with the other council members through the council amendment process for resident priorities before budget adoption on September 17th. Like like we mentioned and Mayor Pro Tem mentioned, we'll pick up your cards through the budget video presentation or at a later time if you still have questions. Also, if you want to put your name or a contact information on the cards in case you want us to email you the answer, we can do that as well. Right now, we're going to watch a video and then we'll open it up for comments and questions. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you for joining us at the City of Dallas Budget Town Hall meeting to discuss City Manager Kimberly Visor-Tolbert's recommended budget for fiscal year 2026. My name is Jeanette Whedon. I serve as the Director of Budget and Management Services, and I am honored to share the budget with you today. Resident feedback and engagement play a vital role in determining budget priorities. As part of our budget development process, we engage residents, and we will continue to seek your input through public hearings and budget town hall meetings such as this one. The budget for the City of Dallas is more than a list of revenues and expenses. It is an expression of the priorities and values of our community. The total recommended budget for fiscal year 26 is balanced and totals $5.2 billion, investing in priority programs and people. The operating budget is composed of 4 different types of funds. The general fund totals $1.97 billion and pays for police, fire, parks, code enforcement, as well as many other services. The general fund is supported by property tax, sales tax, franchise fees, and other general government revenues. The city operates 7 different enterprise funds that each operate as a separate business, and the fees paid by the customers fully support each business. Revenues collected for these services are restricted for use only by the fund providing the service. The enterprise funds include aviation, planning and development, the convention center, sanitation, stormwater, water utilities, and municipal radio. Debt service reflects the part of the city's budget where we pay the debt for our general obligation capital improvements. Debt service is paid by property tax. The final portion of the operating budget includes additional resources such as federal and state grants awarded for specific programs. These funds are typically restricted to their intended purpose. Other than the operating budget, the second primary category is the capital budget, which includes our long-term capital investments. This part of the budget totals $952.7 million and includes street improvements, facility renovation, pipeline replacement, and other long-term capital improvement projects. Property tax is the largest source of revenue in the general fund. It is important to remember that only a portion of your property taxes are paid to the city. Most of your property tax bill goes to the school district, county, hospital district, and community college. Your tax bill is determined by the value of your property as set by the appraisal district, exemptions approved by the city council, and the tax rate set by the city council. For the 10th year in a row, the city manager's recommended budget lowers the property tax rate by ½ cent from 70.47 cents to 69.97 cents per 100 of valuation. Our second largest source of general fund revenue is sales tax. In Dallas, the sales tax rate is 8.25%, with 6.25% going to the state, 1% going to DART, and 1% going to support the City of Dallas. As mentioned, several city services operate like a business, covering all expenses through fees charged to their customers. In fiscal year 26, the typical residential customer will see increases in water, sanitation, and stormwater. Water customers will see a 6.7% increase, or $4.88 per month for the typical residential customer, but your actual cost will depend on how much water you use. Sanitation customers will see a 0.9% increase, or 36 cents per month. Stormwater customers will see a 5.5% increase, or approximately 56 cents per month. The $3 per month environmental cleanup fee remains unchanged. These increases help maintain strong service levels and enable the city to continue delivering quality drinking water, trash collections, and other essential services. Our biennial budget is organized around 7 pillars of our foundational structure, grounded in our core values and guided by 3 principles: connect, collaborate, and communicate. This slide shows each of the foundational structure areas of the total recommended budget for fiscal year 2026. The amounts represented on this slide include all city funds, both operating funds and capital funds, both the general fund and enterprise funds. As you can see, the largest investments in fiscal year 26 are made in sustainable and safe. Over the next few slides, I will highlight major investments aligned within our foundational pillars. A complete list of these investments can be found in the budget and brief available at this town hall meeting. Let's start with safe. Our top priority is public safety. This budget funds the hiring of 350 new police recruits, retention of experienced officers, a goal of ending fiscal year 26 with 3,424 sworn officers, all supported by competitive pay under the Meet and Confer Agreement. It also provides funding for the Dallas Police and Fire Pension System as approved by City Council on September 11, 2024. This budget realigns the Marshal's Office and ensures readiness to protect teams, visitors, and residents during the 2026 FIFA World Cup matches. In Vibrant, we are creating opportunities and impact across housing, social services, arts and culture, parks, the environment, and libraries. The new Department of Housing and Community Empowerment will combine human services and neighborhood programs to better serve residents in need. We will strengthen homelessness prevention partnerships, launch the Housing Pathways Framework, resume city operation and maintenance of Fair Park, and advance the comprehensive environmental and climate action plan across city departments in collaboration with community partners. We are building on growing. We aim to drive an inclusive economy through targeted growth. We will begin transforming the Convention Center District under the K. Bailey Hutchison Convention Center Master Plan. Streamline real estate and housing development into the Office of Economic Development, invest in strategic partnerships, update the Historic Preservation Plan, expand proactive land use planning via our authorized hearings, and simplify rules with zoning reform. In Livable, this budget supports animal cruelty response and invests in spay-neuter programs, vaccination, and microchipping to enhance public safety and compliance. Code enforcement will be strengthened with AI-powered cameras and an expanded nighttime entertainment strike team. Additionally, Sanitation's Route Safety Initiative will continue, shifting select alley services to curbside collection paired with public education efforts. In Sustainable, we will invest $162 million to improve and maintain 750 lane miles, implement Vision Zero safety projects, and begin the first phase of the 2025 bike plan. We will continue the rollout of the $1.25 billion bond program, finalize the design of the Dallas Police Department Law Enforcement Training Center, upgrade water resources and services through the Elm Thicket Water and Central Wastewater projects, and launch the Love Field Expansion Airport program to enhance the terminal and improve passenger safety. In Fiscally Sound, as mentioned, the city manager is proposing a reduction of ½ cent in the tax rate from 70.47 cents to 69.97 cents per 100 evaluation, marking the 10th consecutive year of property tax relief. This budget also increases the over 65 disabled exemption to $175,000, raises the minimum wage to $21.50 per hour, maintains merit pay, introduces a new task pay program for critical roles, and saves $12 million in employee health benefit costs through proactive strategies, all without reducing quality. Within core, this budget will enhance citywide communication, strengthen preventative maintenance, and support long-term asset management by investing in a real estate master plan and facility condition assessment. We will also modernize procurement with AI tools, improve vendor tracking, and invest in advanced cybersecurity to increase IT resilience. So what's next? Budget town hall meetings will continue through August 28th. City Council will consider budget amendments and adopt the budget on first reading on September 3rd, with final adoption on September 17th. Implementation of the budget begins on October 1, and that's when the real work starts. To learn more about the budget, please visit us at dallas.gov.
And if you're a resident, if y'all want to come in, there's a few more chairs up here in the front.
Okay, so do we have any cards? Any questions?
Where the residents sit over.
If anybody has Brenda collect the cards.
I think we all, but you know what?
Say it out loud.
We try to be organized. Because that helps. Do you have one? My gosh, you read a lot.
Okay, so first question, DPD. Crime is going down. How much is the hiring of all those police officers driving the budget that is, How much is the hiring of all those police officers driving the budget that is closing libraries? I would rather have libraries than a police state. So, not sure if this is a question or a comment, but as you know, through the,
You're really muffled. It's hard to.
oh, I'm sorry, okay.
Move the microphone away or.
Okay, is it better? Is it better? So the question is about, it's about a comment about the police budget, the budget for PD and libraries. And as you know, in the 2025 survey that we did through the community, police was identified as one of the top priorities for residents, and that is reflected in our budget, along with our commitments that we have to fund DPD. I'm not sure if anybody wants to chime in from council now.
I'll just add that, it's obviously a balancing act, but the number, always the top one or number two priority that we've heard from our residents in the neighborhood, the neighbor survey has been public safety. And so that is the commitment that I have and the commitment that I'm hearing from residents. But thank you for sharing their perspective.
So what about streets? Are we gonna?
We're gonna go through the questions first.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, here we go. So we have some questions
I thought you were
about
just gonna.
streets. These are probably for transportation.
So do we have anybody from Transportation, Public Works?
No, I have
Okay,
one.
we have some questions for you. So the question is more about a particular instance where a street got passed over twice for street sidewalk repairs. And what is the process? How can we prevent that from happening again? So what is the process that we utilize to prioritize some of these streets and some of these projects?
Kent Austin, Transportation and Public Works. The question is about how we prioritize which streets are treated, repaired. There's two answers. One is city engineering staff has a very scientific method for evaluating pavement condition. It involves driving a vehicle over all lane miles in the city to measure the condition of the underlying pavement. Based on that, there's a score assessed.
Please try again.
And the worst streets, of course, are identified and scheduled for treatment. So that's on a large scale, and that's the kind of thing that the bond projects take care of, or other dedicated funding. The second is a smaller scale, which is largely driven by service requests. And you may have heard it before, but typically the most effective way to communicate that information is through a 311 service request. And you can do that via telephone or online, the city website. I've done it myself for situations in my neighborhood, and it usually works better to do it online. If you go to the city's website, dallascityhall.com, you'll see a 311 button, and you can start a service request. The advantage there is your request is logged, captured, becomes part of the system. There are requirements for how soon response is required. So it's more reliable, I guess, than making a phone call and waiting on hold or something like that, and then communicating with a representative. So I would encourage, especially if something's been overlooked or passed over, to report it to 311. You'll get a case number, and you'll be assured that there will be a response. Are there more street questions?
There's one about parking.
I thought there was a storm coming. Shouldn't we finish up and get out of here? Parking?
You know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I had this, I wrote it where maybe I could say it.
Want to give her the mic?
When you get ready to read it, I'll tell you what it says, because I started writing it and I didn't scratch it out, so it's right there.
So this is a,
That has to do with
this is about a particular repair street down Lemmon.
It's actually, it's repair.
Broadway Highway.
That's what I was saying. Lemmon Avenue from Inwood to Northwest Highway, the streets. That's actually what I'm saying, to repair the streets.
Lemmon from
Lemmon, all the way to Northwest Highway, all the way to Inwood. You see what you know what I'm saying? The streets need repairing.
Okay.
Tremendously.
Okay.
All right.
I can take that now.
Just read.
Thank
All
you.
the way down there. Well, that's what I was saying. You could probably take it to Cedar Springs, to Oakland, but it needs repairing.
So the next question is,
We got it.
can the Hero Amendment funds be used for neighborhood watch and restarting the VIP volunteers on patrol instead of more cops? And I will know it.
So I will turn this over to someone from the Dallas Police Department for some input, but the HERO Amendment directs us to use new revenues for three things, and that's police and fire pension, police starting salaries, and hiring more police officers. So the answer to that question is no. However, we do those other things, and so if anyone from the police department wants to talk about volunteers, neighborhood watch, some of those things, that would be great.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Deputy Chief Devin Polk. I'm over the Central Patrol Division. So the Volunteers in Patrol program, as well as Neighborhood Watch, those are programs that we still currently run with DPD. And whoever has specifics or is looking potentially for their neighborhood to set up either one of those, NPO? Okay, we do have an NPO here. So if you guys want to get with us after, we can get you some information on those programs. but those programs are still going on. We use them quite a bit at Central with a lot of our neighborhood associations. Just involves some training for the VIP program, and we can get a neighborhood watch started up as well. So after the meeting, when we get finished up, myself or Officer Gana is here, we can get you some information on that.
No, this neighborhood itself doesn't have a neighborhood watch already established. Depending on what neighborhoods you are from, yeah, we already have one established. We just don't know the community leader, the point of contact to get to.
Yeah, I'll get with you after.
Next question is about airport expansion. How much is the airport expansion going to cost? I'm not sure if the person who asked, if they're here to clarify which airport, Love Field. Okay, do we have anybody from aviation?
The Love Field Airport expansion.
Good afternoon, Vincent Lewis, Assistant Director over Aviation Capital. So the LEAP program anticipated right now, and this is just an estimate right now, is estimated at $2.4 billion. And that's over the next 6 to 8 years potentially. And that's gonna be all federal GARBs, general aviation revenue bonds that we're gonna use, and our passenger facility charges and other grants that we get from the FAA.
So, say it again, the money's gonna come from where? From federal?
Federal and general aviation revenue bonds that we're considering. So we have an allotment that we get from entitlement from being an airport in general. Then we have passenger facility charges that we get revenue from as well. So it'll be coming from multiple sources.
I'll just add to the aviation question is we've got a lot of good streetscape happening currently along Lemmon with some crosswalks and some lighting and landscaping. So thank you for that. One thing that I'm keeping a watchful eye, and I'm sure Councilmember Cadena as well, is there's been a lot of discussion or talks about an entrance from Northwest Highway, which I'm opposed to. I've said that at every meeting that comes up. And so we're going to keep a watchful eye to make sure that those impacted closer to Love Field Airport are not a burden any more than what they are. So thank you.
Thank you. So the next question is for our council members. Do you plan to submit or support an amendment to fully fund our libraries at their current level and keep Singleton open?
So I think the deadline, or our first opportunity.
Your mic's turned off. Nope. There you go.
Oh, there it goes. So our first opportunity to actually submit budget amendments is
Friday, right?
Yeah, tomorrow. So I think we're all kind of working on those for our specific districts. And then we will talk about it on Wednesday at our briefing. So that's where we're at right now on budget amendments, and I think as a whole.
So our city manager has prepared a balanced budget. I support her balanced budget. At this time, I don't plan to do an amendment for, I believe it's in District 9, for that specific library. But we do have to keep in mind that if we do an amendment and we're asking for additional dollars, that means we have to cut services elsewhere. So that means taking money away from our streets, taking money away from our arts, and so we just have to balance that, and so there's a lot of competing factors, but no, I do not plan on doing an amendment for the Singleton Library.
Excuse me. Does that mean all this with the budgeting, does that mean we won't get drainage or sidewalks and things like that right here in Elm Thicket and North Park?
So I had a Public Works question about
drainage,
sidewalks. Very timely with the rain coming in.
All right. Yeah, really.
I will need to talk to you after the meeting and.
Oh, okay,
give
good
specifically
enough.
your
All right,
question, okay?
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the next part is actually a statement, and I'll just read it on behalf of the resident. We all want our streets fixed, our schools to be great, our police to be provided public safety. But I would like us to all not to forget the contributions of arts and culture. The last time the effects of the nonprofit arts and culture sector of the city of Dallas were measured, the economic impact of the arts was over $850 million. It supports 14,000 jobs, attracts nearly 7 million visits, a significant portion from out of town, spending money in the city. But perhaps most importantly, the arts enhance the quality of life and help bring us all together, which is something we desperately need right now. Thank you for your comment and your feedback. We have a question. I'm not really sure what it means. What is the city's position on citizens engaging in, and I apologize, I don't understand the word.
Do-ocracy.
Do-ocracy.
Right. So if like citizens have the means or the ability to take care of things that the city won't take care of, what is your position on that? And it pertains to the budget because a lot of times we hear things like, we can't do it because it's not in the budget. And so if a citizen has the ability to get funding for something like that, do you guys, grant the permission and stuff like that to get it done?
Yeah, I'll take a crack at it. I know that there's a Friends of the Parks, there's a Friends of the Libraries, and they do raise dollars privately that can go to specific projects that you're working on. So yes, we're always doing public-private partnerships, yes.
Yes, and when I was, when I was a chief of staff for Councilmember Narvaez, I was actually able to work with some nonprofits to get e-bikes donated. Mike? Is that now? Oh, there it goes. When I was chief of staff for Councilmember Narvaez, I was actually able to get some local nonprofits to donate e-bikes for our police officers. So there's plenty of opportunities for residents to give back to and help our communities.
Any other budget-related questions?
So guys, feel free to raise your hand if you have a question.
I'm sorry.
I wrote mine, but I guess you lost it. but yeah, I just wanted to say that the seniors are kind of scheduled to use this room from 10 till 2. And one day there was, the kids were being picked up to go on a trip. And I kind of parked on that vacant lot over there. And if that's something that has to be budgeted, it doesn't seem like a big deal because you can just put that rock in that blue. Well, we could use that.
An extra parking lot?
Well, I didn't know that the city owned that lot right there.
Which lot?
Well, that's what I thought. And it doesn't take much to put those rocks on there so we can park. Because right now, if two things go on at the same time,
Not enough park.
I might get another ticket, which I did pay, but somehow I didn't get, the check didn't go to the bank yet, and that's been over a month.
Well,
I don't care if you don't park.
We
You
can
don't?
look into it and see. I don't know who owns the lot, but we can look into see who owns the lot. If it is the city, we can look into seeing what it would cost to pay for it.
I think it belongs to the city. Oh, really?
We'll have to look. We can write your contact information down and find out.
Thank you.
Well, then, excuse me, in talking about parking spaces over here, I noticed, when it was hot and the senior citizens were parking, it's folks that park over there. I don't know if they stay there, it's cars sit there and don't ever move. We don't need those kind of cars there. Folks that sit there, I guess they set up residence there. We need that for our senior citizens and folks to park. Somebody needs to say something, okay? Because they never move, okay?
Thank you.
Surely.
Have you submitted that? And
Always
also,
submitted through in one request.
I was about to say the same thing. So anytime you observe a code violation, feel free to use the 311 system to submit a service request, and we will definitely look into it. But we'll note this one down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a great question.
Will there be funds allocated for more youth programs in District 2 in the next 5 years? Do we have anybody?
Can you repeat that?
Will there be funds allocated for more youth programs in District 2 in the next 5 years? Do we have anybody from our department? So we don't allocate, I was gonna say, we don't allocate funding per district. We look at the entire city and that's how our budget works. So we don't have a special amount allocated for one particular district. But we'll be more than happy to follow up with you on what youth programs we're doing. I don't know, do we have anybody from staff? Oh, we have somebody from staff.
Park and Recreation, so I can get the contact information.
It's right here.
I can share the, excuse me, I can share the opportunities for youth programming with you.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any other questions? Go for it. And I'll be right with you.
Well, it's not really a question, more of a comment. First, thank you to the staff for being here and taking your time away from your homes and families to be with us. I'm Hector Garcia. I live in District 2, so thank you, council member. I work for the AT&T Performing Arts Center, who does a lot of work in District 6 in West Dallas, so thank you for your hospitality and your work there. I do support the balanced budget that was presented. I'm concerned about the reduction, the general fund to OAC, to the Office of Arts and Culture of 20%, but thrilled that the manager and council members are working to keep the hotel occupancy tax up to 15% where it needs to be. But we are heading into this budget amendment process, and this is where a lot of the horse trading starts to happen. So we really ask that you hold the line for the arts and culture. Please, it affects the entire city. It isn't in one district, it's all over the place. And my particular work is with the small and the mid-sized arts organizations in Dallas, the ones that are like, you know, doing God's work out there in the community, like really changing lives. So we ask that you help maintain that OAC funding for all of the city. It does generate a lot of revenue for the budget. It does bring in people to the city, but there's also a lot of Dallas people that contribute to the general fund by going to arts projects. And we have a lot of free events like Latinidad coming up. Flyers are outside.
Thank you for your feedback, and I believe there was the lady right in front of you. Okay, right back.
I actually have two questions. One question is, for every street repair, say for instance, because I put in a street repair for Roper and Stiegel at the corner, and they repaired that one. But there was another street repair, I mean like just within feet, that they just left it. So my question is, do you have to put in a request for every individual street repair, even if it's, I mean, like you could like look to the right and see the hole there, but they only did the one that I specifically put on the request. So that's one question. My second question is, on this side of University, you always see street work going on. The city is out here, they're paving alleys and things like that, but you very rarely see any alleys being paved on the opposite side of University, or like there's a street repair, whatever they're doing on Cowan right now, that's going all the way down Cowan, but you don't see a lot of street work going on the other side of University, or the alleys being paved. So is there money in the budget for that? And we talked about that like one other budget meeting as well, but it doesn't seem like anything is happening unless there's a big house going up. If there's a big house going up, then yeah, you see, you know, all different kinds of things going on around that house. But there are other houses out here where there's nothing. No alley repairs, nothing.
So I think you mentioned the District 6 portion. So for the new houses, they are required to put in their utilities, and so a lot of that is part of the new development. If you, I think Herlinda can give my contact information. we can actually look up the streets and the alleys. Several of the alleys were in the bond for the 2024 bond that just passed. So there are alleys that should be fixed in the northern part of, or the District 6 portion of D6. So I'm glad to look up those specific projects for you.
Well, excuse me, will we know which alleys that would be? Is it included?
Yeah, are you in the District 6 portion?
No.
I'm right here. Well, I'm right here right here.
In this area? Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, and we can certainly, I'm sure Councilmember Moreno's office can look up the specific streets and tell you what's in the bond.
Okay, good.
So we do have the, is it the budget accountability
report,
site where
yes.
we can see into streets?
I believe so.
The bond, we'll get with you.
Thank you.
But I want to answer your first question. Do we have anyone from 311 here?
I'm public.
So we'll do 311 first. That's very frustrating. And so I know that we're trying to move into a more proactive manner, like we said, having our streets going down to monitoring them. We are going to be putting in with this budget cameras on top of our sanitation vehicles that will help catch some of those service requests and violations. But can you address, and it might be between you and Public Works, like if someone's identifying a pothole at a specific location, but just a few feet away, there's another pothole?
That's a good question, and actually just to let you know that the 301, we do have education work with the communities, right? We generally recommend people to report things where they see. But like what you asked was, if the public works, they generally, if they go and do another repair, yes, they do. Generally, when they will drive to a location, right, they have a service request in their hands. And of course, if they are driving someplace and they see something that needs to be fixed, it will be addressed. Would help if people start to report things that they see to make things easier for the city. The city of Dallas is data-driven. We need you to report what you see over the phone, through the app, through me. Like they'll have a city hall, they go. We come to that location one time in a month. If you want to talk to us, give us a service request. I'll be more than glad to help and assist you.
So would it help if, in her case, she took a photograph of that area where there's more than one pothole and sent that in with the 311?
Yes, please. Like if you have the app in your phone, the great thing about the app is the app has a GPS, right? You can submit the picture through the app, and the 311 is gonna send exactly to the transportation team or the public work team, to sanitation team. If we work together, we're gonna have a better city. Yes, sir.
How do you get the app?
I'll be more than glad to stay outside and help you to download through the end, okay? It's Dallas 311 app.
And I just wanted to mention, actually this planned budget in the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget, the planned street maintenance program is actually dedicated to improving 750 street lane miles, which is up from 710 street lane miles that we had in FY 2024-2025. So this will be accomplished through the use of approximately $162 million, which includes general fund, bond funds, and some ARPA funds. So we are investing in street maintenance. I think the gentleman here had a question. Yes, sir.
Hello. On the note of arts and culture, I was intrigued that this usually helps with a sense of community, sense of belonging, and really helping bring people together with the likes of our libraries and after-school programs and community events. So why are we bothering putting this budget towards police? Because that's not really going to help keep us safe, let alone reduce crime. When we could be putting this budget towards our own community and not people. I noticed you had the whole cowboy hat thing. Are you that desperate to get more cops coming? Because I'd rather keep our libraries open and promote events for adults and children alike to really reduce crime. And are we really that scared of Monty Bennett, who's based out of Athens, Texas, telling us how to run our city and our community? Because I couldn't care less how many cops are in the streets. What I want is well-marketed public transit and community events for our community.
Thank you so much for your question and your feedback. And like I mentioned earlier, we did a community survey, 2025 community survey that identified public safety and specifically police as one of the top priorities. And I have somebody here who either has a question or wants to provide an answer. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yes, but it is identified in the community survey by the residents as one of the top priorities in the city.
We're out of ordinance on 133 state ordinance. There's 133 state ordinances that the city is out of ordinance on, and yet we're concerned about Monty Bennett in Athens and his hero Dallas for a lawsuit.
Thank you for your question. Any other budget questions?
Well,
I was wanting to ask about the housing program that was brought up. I think during the election they were talking about if you had like more than $10,000 worth of repairs done through the city repair, then you can get 10 years tax free. I want to confirm that and see if that's applicable. And then on the other thing, when y'all doing this construction, and since our district, redistricting has been done from West Dallas to LBJ, I wanted to ask too, also in the West Dallas area, for Hampton and Singleton and Kingsbridge and Singleton, they don't have a ramps that where the wheelchairs can go up, because I saw a man driving down Singleton in the middle line. So we have to get up on the curb.
You don't have to crane your necks. Let me walk up to the front. Hi everyone, I'm Thor Erickson. I'm Assistant Director in the Department of Housing and Community Development. One of the questions was about home repair. We have a major systems repair program. It's a forgivable loan up to $24,000. The home repair program is being outsourced to a vendor so that we can improve our efficiencies. That means that vendor is going to do everything from application intake through the home repairs. That contract will go to council in October. That program is not funded by the general fund. It's funded through community development block grant from the federal government and has federal compliance. And we have some other funding through it, but it's not funded in the general fund current.
you mentioned, I'm sorry, you mentioned through October. What were you saying?
That the contract for the vendor will go in October, and they will take over to administer that program on our behalf.
And what is Singleton gonna do?
What's that?
Like, what are y'all gonna take care of?
So
Or is
home
everything-
repair takes care of mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and some light structural, like roof repairs.
Okay.
And I'll be available to answer your home repair questions about your particular addresses after the meeting.
Oh, good enough.
There's a question
Let me
about
say
the
this.
ramps though, so there's two
Yes,
questions.
we had a question about accessibility ramps, so I will make sure that Public Works writes that down and we can follow up, or if you have an answer right now for us. Accessibility ramps in some particular areas on Hampton. If we can get that information, we'll follow up with you. Somebody from staff.
To add on the public works list, what we have going on in our neighborhood right now are new homes being built.
Mhm.
And the ones that are built on corners, like we have one right now in D6. They built the sidewalk to a point and they stopped. There used to be a curb cut and there's not now. And we reported it to 311 and we've been bounced around because it's not code, it's not this, it's not that. But we need an answer. Do these builders, when they build a new structure, do they have to put in this? We know they have to put in a sidewalk, but for the ones on the corner, do they have to replace the ramps that are no longer there? Because they put the curb in without a curb cut.
Okay, we'll have to take down your information and follow up.
Yeah,
with you.
please.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
Have
we'll
you
do that.
submitted a 311 request?
Yes,
We have
she
submitted
has.
several 311 requests and we keep getting bounced around.
Do you have the number of the
Well,
311 request?
Let me
Because
call
you
my
can get
husband real
that.
quick.
Okay.
'Cause he's-
Afterwards, let's
Okay.
All right. Excuse me. That's just like we were talking about these new houses, these big houses, like sidewalks and things. They must have them. We need these things right here now. In our area, District 2 or whatever, that we need. We like I said, drainage, side, we need them too as well. We need them now. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. We have somebody else here that has a question about the budget.
Yes, I just want to know if you can speak more about the property owner's taxes. It's listed here in the pamphlet, which I appreciate. Thanks for the video, but can you explain more of that and how that can be beneficial to all of us?
We'll turn that over to Suzanne, who is with the budget office. It's on the
So are you talking about the property tax rate? Yes. So your current property tax rate is 70.47 cents per $100 evaluation. So the city manager has recommended to lower that to 69.97 cents. So that's half a cent, half a penny. Doesn't sound like a lot. And the way that your property tax bill works is that it's based on your value. So the city does not appraise your property. That's the central appraisal district for whichever county you live in. So if you do have questions about your property value, we always say talk to the central appraisal district. So we all are in Dallas, so you're gonna talk to DCAD. That's where you can look up your value. Always talk to them. If you think that your value is incorrect, talk to them, protest your value, do all of that. Make sure that you get all of your eligible exemptions that you have. So if you have a homestead exemption, make sure you have that. If you're over 65 or disabled, make sure you have that exemption. We just increased that for the next year up to $175,000. Currently it's $153,400, so we've just increased that up to $175,000. So make sure you have that exemption. Then once you calculate all of that, your tax bill is based on your value, it's based on the rate that the city adopts, and then it's based on your exemptions. So everyone's tax bill is going to be different because everyone's value changes differently. But by lowering the tax rate, it helps out property owners with your tax bill. If your value has gone up to a certain level, you still might owe more in taxes this next year than you did the year before. And so we do things like offering more exemptions or increasing the exemptions, lowering the tax rate to be able to offset some of that.
Thank you. I know it's a big concern for a lot of us.
Yes, absolutely. If you are senior, make sure you've got your exemptions. We always say that. Make sure that you've got that over 65 or disabled exemption. And like I said, we do look at that one every single year. The city reviews inflation, and we look at average property values every year, and so we make sure that we keep increasing that to help out. Great question.
Thank you. Any other budget related questions? Yes, sir.
Thank you. My question relates to just north of University, like this lady was talking about back here, which is where I live, so it's District 6. And this budget question really relates to completing of projects that are that were budgeted and completing the project. And so my alley has been closed for 2 years now, and the city did a great job of notifying me in advance that the alley was going to be closed. Great job there. The notice was going to take about a year to do the improvement work to the alley. The sign at the entrance to the alley said the same thing, to be completed summer or fall of 2024. I believe the work has been completed, and my question is, can these alleys be reopened for garbage trucks to go down the alleys? These are not alleys that are scheduled to be closed permanently. So can these alleys be reopened? Because a lot of these homes are not designed to be curb service. There's no place to put the garbage carts. And so the way it was before is your carts were in the alley, and it was very convenient.
So we'll have to take down your specific address so we can look into those specifics for your particular alley to see why it's still closed and what's
Okay.
the next step.
Okay,
We'll
thank
have
you.
staff follow up with you. Yes, sir.
Yes, trying to follow up on the home repair, but the original one, the one that was for Major for $80,000. I know he was promoting the new one, the 24,000. But I know Jasmine came from the city at the West House Multipurpose Center promoting this program. But what we were there assessing it, there were senior citizens, other residents that were on the old program, and they were complaining because the houses were not finished, and they were part of safety health, to the house, to them. And so what they were told was that there was no funds or something, with contractors or something like that. And so I have one that's not complete, so we're asking, what's going on with those other houses?
Thank you, and I'm happy to follow up with your case after this. People who have applied to the program that have a contract will be handed off to the vendor that's selected to see the construction through. Many applicants are deemed ineligible. Many applicants receive a letter that we have expended all of our funds for the year. Typically, we receive over 1,000 applications a year for home repair, and typically funds to serve about 100 people, 150 people a year. So most of the people get that letter that we are out of funds for the year. It is part of the process of communicating that to residents, and we know that's not always good news.
Well, I guess I'm still waiting on a letter.
So we have room for one more question,
Yes, real
budget-related
quick,
question.
do you have a list of those houses that are incomplete, especially in West House?
I'll follow up with you after
Okay,
this.
yeah.
You know what? It's for, let me just say this, it's for like the trash cans that sit out on the street, the folks, they should look down those alleys, make them drivable, whatever, where they can put those trash cans in those alleys. A lot of them can be drivable.
Thank you for your feedback. One more budget. In the back. One more budget question.
My question is, I have been to several of these meetings, and the question has come up several times about this recreation center needing to be updated and upgraded, and I've been in some of the budget meetings and it's been talked about, so I kind of wanted to know, is that included in the budget that's going on now? Or what are the updates?
Do we have anybody from Parks?
So we are aware of some of the requests that have come in from the. Good evening. I am Christy Reed. I'm a service area manager. I handle most of the recreation centers in the north and west of Dallas. KB Polk is one of the centers. We are working on those upgrades. We met with some of the members here at the recreation centers. They voiced their concerns directly to me, and we are working on making those updates for the restrooms, for the walls in the building, the paint. So,
For the kitchen that our seniors use to cook?
we just found out. We just found out about the non-working ice machine and the stove. And so currently right now, the center does not have a recreation supervisor, but we do have a representative from Park and Rec who is housing his office out of here. His name is Burnham Pelham. He's here in the back. And we are working together to take care of the concerns. So we just found out when we came this week that the stove was not working and they're requesting an update. So we have already let staff know to look into the cost of that.
Okay. I want you to know, the staff that's here, Marisol, Letitia?
Yes, ma'am.
Doing a great job.
Thank you, we appreciate that.
I want to thank you all for coming.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
going to turn it over for closing remarks.
There's just one question I have, though. Is there anything in the budget for improving the 311 app's performance?
Yes, that's,
Because y'all have mentioned the 311 app, but the thing is, you can't do searches for your old tickets. Whenever you're trying to generate tickets, it doesn't work. It goes extremely slowly when you're trying to use the database and trying to load any kind of items in there. And then on top of that, we have other problems with it where if you have older versions of operating systems like Android or iOS, it's completely unusable.
that's legit, because we have that same issue.
That's really good feedback. I don't we had a guy from 311. I know we added $1 million in the budget for modernization of 311. So it's going to incorporate AI, and I'm not exactly sure what that's going to look like yet, but we added $1 million into our budget to improve it and to improve the capabilities.
And sir, I'll be more than glad to take your information, take to my director, and I ask for her to be in contact with you, okay?
I think there's a lot of manual work right now with the app with staff, and so I think this automation, modernization, AI is going to help improve the app and improve our customer service overall. So I think that was a great question, and I'm happy to say that we're adding $1 million just for that.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Gracias a todos que vinieron. I do want to remind you guys that on Thursdays from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. we have our District 2 office hours at the Central Library. You can walk in anytime without an appointment between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. for our service hours. I want to thank 311 actually put in a kiosk in our office so we can walk you through the 311 process and have your service requests right there in real time. And so again, thank you for joining us this evening.
I just want to thank all of our city staff that's here. I know they're going to remain probably a few minutes, so if you have questions, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to be here and provide some feedback as we're getting ready to have briefing this next week.
They need to have you as an expert with 311. You use it.
I love your question. Put for me your name, your telephone number, email. What I do is I go back to the office and I ask my director to be in contact with you to give more information about the investment.
Do you need my contact information?
Yeah, just your telephone number or email.
Come here. Let me check.
Oh man, that's your pen.
That's fine.